translation is that? Do not practice homosexuality. I asked them, and apparently it's the New Living Translation, which made me want to reply to this and tell some more accurate information. Some background for all of you out there who aren't gay. As gay or trans people, we get this comment on literally every video we do. It doesn't matter if it's about gay stuff or if it's about Christianity. We do get this one a lot. So let me tell you, it's from Leviticus 18:22, but it's usually not phrased this way, and I found that very interesting. Do not practice homosexuality. It's not what it says in the verse. The verse is, you know, a man shall not lay with a male as a man lays with a woman, right? That's how it should be translated. So what's going on here? Well, interesting story. The Living Translation is out of their mind. That's exactly what's happening. If you have this version of the Bible, I would chuck it out the window, because this is implicitly putting something with really heavy context into a situation where that's not what it was saying. A lot of people may be familiar here that the first time homosexuality as a word was used in the Bible was in 1946 when the RSV translation put it in a single verse. And it was not Leviticus 18. This has done irreparable damage, and since then they've kind of corrected their stance on that, right? Went back to how it was originally being translated with, you know, sexually immoral, things like that, perversions, adulterers. None of those words mean homosexual. Off topic, but I want to get back to the Living Translation. So a few years later, after the RSV had that one entered, the Living Translation added it into other verses. I think something like 8 other places, whereas the RSV only had that one. They went wild, adding homosexual everywhere. All out of context. Out of the thousands and thousands of verses and the hundreds of verses telling you not to sin, there's 6. That's only 6 clobber verses in the entire Bible, which clobber verses are basically, might vaguely kind of represent homosexuality. Yet the Living Translation somehow fit homosexuality in 8 different places. Like, what? That is not honest translation. That is an agenda. Purposefully putting in bad translation where it does not belong. Homosexual does not belong in this verse. And I'll wrap it up and say, also, people need to stop leaving this every time you see a gay person in any conversation. You're not winning. It makes you look ignorant, especially because Leviticus is a set of laws that was meant for priests, for the Levites, the first temple set. Then there was the second temple, which was destroyed shortly after Jesus died, like in 70 AD. No one's been using anything close to the Levite laws for a very long time. So you dropping it in the middle of America where a totally different culture exists is just dumb. It makes you look bad. So I invite everyone to stop. It is dishonest. Adding a word homosexual like this is intellectually dishonest. But more importantly, it's weaponizing something that you would never have even been beholden to unless you lived 3,000 years ago. And not knowing that doesn't make me feel like I'm a sinner. It makes me feel like you don't know what you're talking about. Just stop.